Well, feels like it's been a while. Ain't really had a chance to make a video. We've been getting ready for harvest, so we've pretty much just been fixing all our equipment. But our corn here at home, it's about ready, but our beans here aren't. Our neighbor Rick Jones, who we always do custom harvesting for, he came by the other day and we hopped in the truck with him, went and checked the beans. He's got some beans that are ready, so we're going to take 2388 over there and I'm going to start cutting on him this evening and work on that tomorrow, and all that's going to the bin, so I can just run by myself while he dumps in the bin with his tandem. So I'm going to go put the head on the trailer over here, then head over to Rick's. That's our plan, at least. We were hoping to get there a little earlier today, but we just didn't. It didn't materialize, so at least get started this evening, get everything set, that way we can give her hell tomorrow. So I guess we'll just see how that works out, I guess. Well, we didn't get started like we wanted to. I made her to the end of the gravel and pulled over in the grass waiting on Grandpa, that way he could go ahead of me with the truck and header. He had to stop at the shop and grab one of the shields for the side of the head, and he come by and I went to release the brakes. One brake released, the one on my right side did not. So we got to looking out and there was hydraulic fluid running out of the transmission on that top plate that goes on there. There's a gasket in there, it was going through the gasket. So we've dealt with that before. Pulled the brake off and the seal behind that brake goes out, and that'll push oil right into the transmission. So it was releasing my left side but not my right due to the seal being out. That's what we believe happened. That's the only thing we can think of that explains why oil was getting in the transmission. So called Nicotines, JJ Nicotines up Pilot Grove. They happen to have two of those on hand, so we're going to run up there first thing in the morning, grab a new one, give them our old one, throw it on, and hopefully we'll be good to go again. Then we'll have to fill the damn thing up with hydraulic fluid again, because whatever hydraulic fluid was in it is not in it anymore, because we had a lot of that run out on the ground. So luckily it happened while I was sitting there getting ready to go instead of when I was on the highway, because if that would happen on the highway, that would have been a mess. I am not big on having to fix things on the highway, so just have to get some parts and we'll be back together. So we'll see what morning brings. Well, we're back in action, we think. The combine's at least moving now. We ran up to JJ Nicotine's first thing this morning, got the new brake, put it on. As soon as I started the machine up, brakes released, everything's good to go. Put 10 gallons of oil in, still a little low, but got enough to get it back to the house where the oil barrel is, so I can finish filling it up from there. I think we may cut beans here at home, because after looking at them, they will cut. So we're probably just going to cut here at home today. That way, if something happens to break on this thing, or something still ain't right, we're close to home. Because I'll start right up here on this field. Not this field, but on the other side of this field.
Coming toward you.
Well, finally got started cutting. Got the combine moved up here and the head put on. We took off along there. Made it about to that pole right there. Head quit running, so checked it out. The pulley that runs your feeder house, the clutches on it needed to be adjusted, so Grandpa tightened them up and ain't had a problem yet. So I've been cutting a little more up there, just making sure everything's set just right. Make sure we can shoot beans out the ass end, but so far so good. I'm not sure if you can see it very well, but there are some green plants out here. But if you look at a lot of them, the pods on them are brown. These are 4-1 maturities. They're 4150 E3 Bex beans. And with the maturity they are, the time when the pod was supposed to be filling, things got real dry and real hot there for 2-3 weeks, so that really put a hurting on them. They didn't get a good sized bean on them. And there's a lot of pods that are just 2 bean pods instead of 3s, but The good thing that I did when I planted, all I did was plant this piece and that piece back there. Then about a week later, I planted my beans over on the other side of that cornfield, back there on the other side of those trees. Those are planted a week later, so during the time when they were filling, they caught that. I think we got it figured up. It was 2 inches of rain, a little more. So they were able to catch that rain and get a good fill in. So hopefully them beans will come out better than these. We'll just have to see what happens and see how many truckloads we get. All I got is the Peterbilt right now. The Freightliner's not yet ready to go. I'm waiting on tires for it. So I'm just going to run one truck, which Grandpa, he's putting some tools away and tinkering on the other combine right now, where he's going to. So this will keep me busy. Instead of going to Rick, we decided this was a lot better. That way we're close to home if something did happen. So Monday, while I'm doing my college classes, Grandpa's going to take this combine over there and start picking, because only one of us needs to be over there because Rick's putting in the bin. So he'll just use his tandem and dump in the bin every hopper. So it's kind of our plan right now. So getting picking.
Did you lose your health insurance coverage? At GetCoveredIllinois.com, certified local navigators can help you find out if you qualify for a special enrollment period through the ACA Marketplace. Find out more at GetCoveredIllinois.com. Your health coverage starts here.
Be my second hopper today. A little over halfway done with this field, so I'll have almost a trailer load, if I figure right. Getting her cut. After I finish up this field, I should have dang near a truckload. And I'm figuring on roughly 40, 45 bushel is what my yield would be, which I'm going to say ain't bad considering the fact these went through some hot weather during their fill period. So I'm going to call it a win. I'm just excited to see what the better beans, or what we think is the better beans, what they end up making. Well, got my first field of this year harvested. The way it looks, I'm probably going to fill this trailer. If so, yes sir. Well, I decided to start cutting these beans. Had a little room on the Peterbilt, so I'm going to fill it up. I think the elevator's open till 7 or 8, so it's 5:15 now. So the time I get it filled, I'm going to go ahead and haul it off. Then I'll have a truck for in the morning. I'm planning on finish this field this evening. And I can cut next to the house in the morning and fill a truck there. And I know I'm going to cut that back piece, back 20 acres, I believe it's 22 acres back there. I'm going to go ahead and get them cut. We'll have to use the cart for that because we can't get a truck back there. So that's our plan at least. Well, this is a first for me. I've made many a trips down here. This is the first time I've ever been parked in the street. Elevator's full, the bullpen's full. The streets are working on getting full because I got a truck pulling in right behind me. I'm gonna be here for a while. Good thing Grandpa decided to keep cutting beans. Brought old Smokey up there. He's got a truck there dumping. So I'm probably gonna be here for a little bit. Well, finally getting done. Fueling up the old gal. Wasn't sure I had enough to go through the elevator, but I made her. Back to cutting Sunday afternoon. Got this 20-something acres here on the south side of the farm. Getting it cut today. Got a lot of foxtail in this piece. I gotta take it slow. Already plugged it once. Luckily got a hydraulic reverser on the feeder house, so that made things real easy. But Grandpa's over there in the 8940 grain cart. We can't get a semi. Well, we can get a semi back here. Getting it out of here is the problem, because they ain't gonna make it out loaded, because that hill's a little too much for them. So just use the cart them all out. But get this field and the 2 patches on the other side of the brush over here done, then be ready to move to Rick's on Monday. Yeah, we're getting along. Things I'm noticing about this foxtail, it come up due to a lack of stand of beans. But if you look, like right there, there's rows of beans that's going through them. So it's almost like either it wasn't getting planted, which the planter never did throw a fit saying it wasn't a seed through, or whether the seed just got too much moisture to it, or heck, even when it got sprayed, the spray could have killed it. There could have been some residue left in the sprayer that had corn chemical in it. I don't know. But it ain't from skips. It's something had to happen with the planter, or the plant just died out. But I don't know. Other than that, beans back here are doing pretty good. The beans I cut yesterday after I figured it up, they would have made about 55 bushel per acre. It ain't too bad up in the hills. Second hopper. Roughly, figured up, roughly about 400, maybe 450 bushel off 8 acres, because this is 10 here. And I got about 2 left. Making roughly 50 something bushel. Beans are doing pretty dang good back here. We're figuring roughly 50 bushel per acre. I got one more little patch to do, then I'm done here for a few days till we get the 2188 up and going. We gotta put new rotor bars in it. Then I'll cut my other 2 pieces of beans here at home. So they still got some green in them, so I'm gonna let them dry down. He's gonna head over to Rick's tomorrow and work on it, cut on them terraces, and Tuesday I'll take over and finish the beans he has ready. While we're that close, we'll probably go ahead and cut on the McNay farm over there, because they're pretty well ready to roll. Well, we said the heck with it, decided to cut these 2 patches here by the barn. They were planted the same day as what I just got done cutting, so just gonna go ahead and cut them, put them on the trucks, and tomorrow, if I get done with school in time, or Tuesday morning, I'll get them hauled off. He'll be on Rick, so I'll be able to just take the semis and do my thing. But Tuesday, I plan on cutting beans on Rick. Grandpa will be back here, and he's gonna fool with 2188. Get it buttoned up, ready to roll. Yeah, kind of divide and conquer that day, so that's our plan, at least for the next few days.